So, greetings, folks, and welcome to SheepWorld. And saying that, well, I usually say that out of routine, but I especially mean to say that because SheepWorld looks a bit different right now. And why is that? Well, for shits and giggles, I've decided to use a texture pack. Now, this, of course, is not going to be permanent anyway. Just a little switch up, you know? Something to change the pace a little after, what is it, like 29 episodes? Five of those trading shit. It's more like 25 Let's Play episodes, and along with another 1,000 days built on that, pretty much. So basically, we're just gonna have this for a while, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is the plastic texture pack from the console edition, and I'll leave a link below for those who wish to download it for the Java. Bye bye. He survives, don't worry. Oh shit, maybe I don't. Alright, so what are we up to today? Well, if we go all the way over here to my map room, which is actually quite a bit of a walk away, but yeah, right up here, you will see if we go inside. I've packed up all the maps, and that's because I'm going to move the map room. The map room is too small, and it's too laggy. I'm moving it way below ground, where it could be a lot bigger and less laggy, since I won't really have to render it until I'm like near it, which only ever really happen when I actually try to go down there, or I guess if I'm mining. So yeah, really simple shit. And because it's going to be like basically right down at bedrock layer, I'm going to use a bubble elevator to get to it. The fuck's the signs? Oh wait, no, I'm blind. Get, 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 get. Where's Mel Gibson? All right, I don't care. We're just gonna put world shit. World map. So there's no confusion. We're gonna stuff this back in here. And for my next magic trick, I'm gonna be digging all the way down to bedrock. I'm gonna need some water buckets. Gonna need some kelp. And I'm gonna need tons of blackstone bricks. I guess I can just stuff this glass in here because I definitely don't need it. Alright, so I just want to confirm that Mel Gibson's not gonna move for now, because it'll generally be kind of annoying for him to just randomly teleport to somewhere where he definitely shouldn't be teleporting. Like when I'm in the middle of a giant hole, for example. So, this corner doesn't need to be dug out, this doesn't need to be dug out, and this doesn't need to be dug out. Alright, so all it needs to be dug out. So I'm just gonna dig it out quickly, and I'll see you guys once it's dug out. Actually, I'm just gonna dig it out just so it's easier for me to dig it out, because then it's more symmetrical, and you know. Alright, so now I have two giant gaping holes leading down to... Hold on. I swear, I keep losing my signs. I need my signs. Heck was that? Oh, it's from the frickin' monument. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, but I dug the holes now. Oh, holy shit, where are you guys coming from? I swear, at some point, I need to light my island up, I think. What the fuck? Get. Get. No one loves you. Anyways, yeah, we're doing this now. We're making this really wet. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. That was rough. I just need to wait. How long is this going to take to come down here? Alright, it's gonna take like one more second. I should have worn my posture thing today. Whatever. I'm just gonna do a classic strat of just covering this thing in kelp. And for those who don't know, when you cover something with kelp like this, all the water, regardless of what state it was in beforehand, becomes full blocks, which we need in order to pull off the bubble elevator that we're gonna use for this. Just hoping that I don't drown to death here. I'm also hoping that I have enough kelp. Oh shit, yeah I do. But plenty. Which I believe soul sand makes you go up. Yep. It's a fast fucking elevator. Even then it still takes a couple of seconds to get up. Not that I'm really complaining too much. I'm willing to wait a couple seconds to get up if it means I have to fly halfway across SheepWorld just to get to a frickin'... Holy shit! What the fuck? Oh my god. Mel Gibson? Mel Gibson, you seeing this? Like, I don't really expect you to help. Like, I understand why you don't want to, but holy shit. Okay, I need to check on something. I left doors open over here for my old map because I was lazy. And I don't want this guy to die, but yeah, he's fine. Thank God. Why do I use he? I don't even know what type of gender villagers are. They're like non-gender people. Oh shit. Just like referring to as them. And there's still more zombies. Jesus Christ. Get. Alright. Now let's continue with the world map. I don't want this stuff. Anyways, I think I was saying this earlier, but I got cut off. I'd rather have to wait a few seconds to go down to the bottom of the world so my island doesn't lag and have to like fly halfway across my world to get to my map stuff, so my main island doesn't lag. Oh, there's the kelp. It got stuck for some reason. That might be a problem. I might have to just grab a little more kelp. Yummy air. Okay, let's just quickly do this. You know, I've like hardly ever made bubble elevators in SheepWorld. Like, I know I've made some, but I think those were only for my iron and gunpowder farms. I don't think I've really made any for like any recreational usage. No, I don't think I did. I've been thinking about maybe putting one in my museum, my new museum, because now it's so far down that it kind of only makes sense to do so now. Right now, I think it's gonna suck you off down. So we gather all this because we do not waste food in this family. Holy shit, it's a lot of food. Well, now, just to make sure this shit ain't constantly getting in my way, I'm just gonna build up the little frame. It's gonna be built up anyway for this, but I'm just building up in advance because it's gonna get this freaking water. It's gonna get in my way if I don't. Alright, so now we have this beautiful pipeline. Yeah, it's still working. We need to clear a shit ton of area, which I know you guys don't even want to remotely see me do a bunch of digging. So, Alakazam! Magic! It's all gone. Oh, frick. Well, yeah, that's right where it's all gone, guys. I totally didn't spend like 2 days clearing us all out. Oh, and I brought Mel Gibson down here. I think he likes it. So I've done the math, and I figured out that if I filled this entire area with maps, which I'm going to anyway, then you'll be able to see everything within a over 3,000 block radius of where my map room originates, which is the spawn island. And I just realized I forgot to put the plastic texture back on. Sorry for breaking the immersion. Now, the next part of this is going to be a lava roof. It's going to be like, so it's going to have a bunch of glass covering this. I've smelled a ton of glass, like half a storage space probably in those 3 shulker boxes is just full of glass. I'm then going to line the glass above with lava. It's going to be looking really cool. It's going to light up the place. And hope to God it's not going to burn the wool walls. Also, it's just going to be even more digging for a while, so I'm just going to cut it out. So, you're welcome. Alright, boys and girls, I have this entire thing mined out as much as it needs to be. So, what I'm going to do is that now I'm just going to have to line this entire thing with glass and hope to God that I smelt it enough, because if I did not, then that means I'll have to wait for it to smelt even more before I can put the lava in and finish this thing off. Guys, look. Here we see the Epicus slimilius, also known as the common slime, also known as the common cave slime, spawning in many places underground due to slime chunk behaviors. This is not the first slime that has spawned in my map room due to its location amongst several slime chunks by accident, and it likely won't be the last. And if you, at any point in the video you see me inexplicably having a ton of slime running around, that is definitely why. But if you actually no, that can live for a while. It's not like it's interrupting me, and I have plenty of slime anyway. Alright, boys and girls, so I've got this giant glass platform here. And now the only thing that's left to do is to dump as much lava onto it as possible. Because it's going to be my lighting for this area. And I'm just going to have to hope I don't kill myself in the process. So I went through, made sure everything's blocked off so that no little corners that are around here are going to like spill off. Alright, come on. So far, this is over a shulker box of lava that I've brought back from the nether. As you can see, it's hardly fucking put a dent into all the stuff that I need to fill in, unfortunately. Oh shit. But you can see up here the concept of what I'm trying to do, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. But of course, I need a lot more lava to achieve this, so... Thankfully, there's a lava pool right over there. It's actually used to be a bit bigger than it is right now, but I emptied half of it out whilst digging out this area because I need ample space to build my build, of course, and also lava is just gonna burn the wool if it's too close, which is gonna make up all the walls. Also, this isn't the only lava pool I had to clear out. There's like a ton of lava pools. This is just like the biggest and most painful one, which is also why it's like the only one probably that didn't get fully cleared out. Which I guess is a good thing for me because I don't have to go back to Never yet. Just trying to make sure I don't accidentally dump half my buckets into the lava, because that can happen. And I am not insured for that type of stuff. It's kind of weird looking up there. Completely empty. I know it's gonna have lava, and yeah, but right now it's completely empty. You can like look up into the caves because I didn't really bother, or I'm not really going to bother beautifying this upper section since it's all going to be covered up at the end anyway. Alright, so most of the edges filled out. I'm leaving this section because of course it's where I'm going to be entering and exiting this place. So now I just have to slow an annoying job of trying to fill out this middle section here. Now, thankfully, these lava reserves over here should be able to hold me out for at least a little while, but eventually those are going to run out, which is not very good. Guess now I'm just going to start more or less haphazardly placing this. Not like this really needs to be filled in fully anyway, because at the end, when you look from it from the bottom, it's all just going to be solid looking. Honestly, I'd much rather this being a little inefficient than having to climb over tons of lava, because one block accidentally got left out from the lava egg. Fuck, oh. Brought it with me, you'd be more efficient, but turns out I just need to be more proficient in my memory, because now things are inefficient. Snoop Dogg, hit me up if you need any rapping deals, by the way. Hey, every time I come down here to refill, this thing starts growing more and more, which is pretty cool to watch. Though what's not cool is the fact that I may start running out of this lava soon, because I did, in fact, clear out a lot of it. As you can see from the scaffolding there. Actually, never mind. I just noticed that a second ago, as you can see. But I don't think we need to worry about having to go back to Nether. Because we are never going back to Nether. Actually, probably am. After all, it's my forever world. It'd be absurd to never go back there in the next billion years of my life. I say a billion. This rate of my diet, I got a good 5 years left before things start shutting down. Please don't be a prediction. Alright, I'm starting to feel like this may be my last, actually, it's hard to say. This is possibly my last trip down to the lava pool, but don't get your hopes up, because I'm not certain on that idea. It's doing wonders in terms of lighting the place up, it looks like. Although, to be fair, we won't know for sure until I remove all the torches. Time to place some mushroom roulette here. Will this fall into my inventory, or will this fall into the hot lava and make lava chicken? No, it won't. Did you know what? For the Minecraft movie, Steve used actual lava, like the stuff I'm down right now, to make his famous lava chicken. Alright, chat, I think we may just have brought enough hot lava for our lava roof. So let's just peek down here to see if we're correct. Oh, yeah, we are. We are in business, baby! I'm gonna remove all these torches now. Finally re-add them to my collection of torches. And finally make this place a little less ugly. Now, of course, this lava is going to do absolutely nothing to protect us from the slimes over here, which I honestly don't care too much about, but... Also, these slimes are pretty sure no matter how much lighting, these slimes aren't going to spawn. I think you want to get rid of slimes, you have to do spawn proofing instead of lighting, but that's not important right now. What's important is that we now need to start laying out some black stone for the floor and for the wall trim. I wonder how depressing it is to be a mob like this. Your only purpose is to kill me, but I just slowly take your hits, not having a care in the world as to what you do. And eventually, maybe if you're lucky, you annoy me enough. I gotta be really careful because Milgis is right there on that sweeping edge. But eventually it's gets so annoying. If you're lucky, I'll just come and kill you to put you out of your little useless misery. I should probably bring my stone cutter. I don't know. I don't have enough black stone, to be honest. It might be a little bit of a problem. Because I still need to fill in the wall trim, some flooring. Because at least I'm not going to do a map room floor. Because for one, there's a ton of bedrock on the floor. And two, that would just be a bit excessive. Since technically one day, when it's complete, it will be all covered in maps. Alright, so this is all the black stone I have, and as you can see, it's not going to be fuck all enough. So I'm going to have to go for another trip, which honestly ain't the worst thing in the world. Black stone is one of the easier things to get. Unlike glass, you have to smelt a lot to get glass, you have to pollute the atmosphere a lot to get glass. You have to waste countless dead carcasses of other skeletons to get glass, or if you're a nut job, just 10 different buckets of lava. Hi, Mel Gibson. So anyways, firstly, for a wall trim, you just have to line all of this glass here, because as you can see, you can still see the lines here through the glass. Alright, we've literally run out of black stone. We haven't even done one full circle around this thing, so I'm gonna have to go get butt 10 more. Stuff this in here. We have plenty of wool, by the way, so our wool is not a problem, thank God. And I'm gonna get more black stone, so stay tuned, guys. And welcome back to your local psych ward, where today I am finally gotten enough blackstone. I've got more than enough. Got like over a shoulder box worth of blackstone, and then the nether, which I use flint and steel to get into. And I keep breaking the blackstone by accident because I have haste all around me because of my beacon perimeter. I'd rather have it than not have it. I'd probably still be mining this way if I didn't have haste down here. I'm not even jumping. This is flat now. Now we just need the stairs here. Which... Fucking hole. I'm gonna cover this up any second now. Oh my god, I broke that. Where are my bricks? There we go. Boom. Boom, boom. You know, stairs have like the added amazingness of having to worry about the orientation as well as where you're placing them, which is just lovely. Although, now that I'm not building over the fucking Himalayas over there, it won't be too hard to keep myself oriented. At least I hope it's not going to be, but so far it's been a little bit of a pain. Now we have two things left to mine, which I'm just going to do in one quick spurt, which is the walls and the floors right here along the edge. Of course, not the floors in here, because if you were trying to remove this bedrock, we'd be here all day. And all eternity, too, if we weren't using the glitch to break it. Millie Gibson. That's why I waited to bring Mel Gibson down here, because he has solid ground for him to be placed on, or which I knew wasn't going to be broken, because it was already perfect, which is what the stairs are. They're perfect, don't need to be moved at all. Nice slime. Alright, it's time to break this bitch. Alright, Sigma boys. We got everything mined out, and we are now finally ready to start laying the blackstone flooring, which is just going to be a fuck ton of blackstone bricks, because I'm not original in any way. I don't know how many times I use like blackstone for different builds in my world. I really like blackstone. But I've never really used wool, except for that one time I built the sheep trader out of wool. This is mostly because one, wool is harder to get than concrete, and two, wool is less durable than concrete since wool can burn. Like back in the day, in the olden area, there's only like two blocks you could really turn to for like colored stuff, which is terracotta, which back then was called hardened clay, and wool. And wool was the colorful block. Like if you needed a specific color, you could count on that, but once again, it was kind of fragile and a little hard to get. Meanwhile, clay, hardened clay, it, as long as you found a mason biome, you can get like an infinite amount for the rest of your years, and like, it was hard. But the only problem is that if you use terracotta, you know that it's often inconsistent with how it's colored. So back in 1.12, having concrete was an absolute godsend for me and many other players. It marked a revolution in building. Just, I don't even have a joke. So, I'm just gonna continue placing these. There's not a, I'm already like halfway done. And right here, if you remember, in my old map area, I have a single villager trapped, which sells me all the maps I need. And right here, I'm just going to do the exact same thing, just trapping that villager, and along potentially others if I ever need to get others. And they're just going to supply me with all my maps, because building a sugarcane farm, or maintaining it, and like getting all the materials needed to make a map in Java Edition, it's pretty expensive when you just buy it for $1.50. And I'll sort out trying to trap the villager at a later date, but for now we can finally start with the final part of this, which is firstly depositing some items here because I don't need them anymore. And then we can also just grab all this wool and start laying it out right here like this. It's gonna sort of look like a world map like this. And honestly, hopefully God, I'm around 99% sure that this is far enough away from the lava that it won't cause any problems, but I'm not fully certain about that just yet, so I mean, hopefully this doesn't burn down halfway through. Alright folks, we're in the final countdown, the final stages. For one, somehow I did not need any more wool than I already had, which is a lie. Why did I say that? I actually didn't need more wool than I had. I forgot. I have anorexia or whatever it's called. Anyways, I think you remember this from a few episodes ago. It's when I went to the edge of the end ring. That, yeah. And that's really the only special map I have to hang up. And now I just need to get the main map from above ground. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but that was just thunder. Don't know how the fuck it's thundering already. Thunder's like every 10 seconds in this world, I swear. Well, now it's time to do the puzzle piece. That is my map. Because this is the first time. Actually, no, it's the second time I've had to fully disassemble my map so I could move locations of it. The first time. Holy shit, shut up! Try to speak. since since this contains 0, 0, and the world spawns to be a center. There. Then goes 3 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now you may be noticing that I am not talking at all during this section, and that's because I'm putting all my brain power into making sure that I am placing this in the exact order that needs to be placed, because I do not want a single thing messed up. But also, another thing you may notice too is that, shit, this is already messing up. This is why I'm not talking, guys. There. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One thing you may notice, besides the fucking bombing rate outside, is that compared to the old map room, if you may remember, this is an absolutely massive space. Like before, this was like 3 blocks away from the edge, but now we have like another 20 blocks before it reaches the edge. Like, Moon Valley ain't running out of space to exist anytime soon on my map. And we're also already reaching a stage where the amount of mapping I have is absolutely tiny. And I also have to figure out where to put said mapping now. Because now it's going to start getting a little less obvious where it goes. Oh shit, maybe it's right here. You see, it doesn't look right. And now it's just literally the area that has my fire tower, which is just 1 block for each end. Alright, this half is done. Now it's time for this half. And I remember this is my largest shulker box, because each of these are, as you can see, are organized into a single line of maps. This is the largest line. And it includes things like the Sheepian and probably some other things too. And I think it also includes Nostalgic Isles. The question is how it's supposed to organize this little fucker. Oh, I can do that. That's fine. Just go backwards. Does this make sense? I think it does. But is this really supposed to be that close? Shit. I should have taken a photo on my old map before I did this. Because I'm being phase pushes like this. Because this does not seem right. And I'll actually prove it to you right now. Hold on. So the map is saying if I go here, in the span of like 10 seconds, I should be hitting the Mushroom Island. Which, as you can see, I am clearly not. That's because the Mushroom Island is down in the right, this area somewhere. So I don't know how the fuck I did this, but something is off with how I oriented my map. And I think this can be solved by trying to figure out relative to the position of this guy, where the fuck the Sheepian is supposed to be. Which, there's supposed to be like an entire map between them. So something's fucked up, I have to figure out how it fucked up. Which should be easier said than done. Alright, so currently, since everything that's not that is currently unconfirmed in terms of positioning, I'm going to leave it behind for now. Fuck. What's this? Please tell me it's a swamp. Okay, thank God it's a swamp. If I can remember the relative position, where the swamp is, everything. Alright, so if you excuse me, I'm going to try and decipher how these maps connect to one another, because I genuinely do not know. So I've come to the decision. This is what I have to map so far. As you can see, I've discarded, well, you can't really see, but over there I have discarded 4 maps because they are empty ocean and I literally cannot decipher where they're supposed to be. So what I'm going to do is that in order to be able to connect up these 2 bits of the map that are currently disconnected, I'm going to create 3 new maps to connect them. Slightly annoying, but it's worth it for making a new beautiful map art room. Alright. 207, 208, 209. This is going to be 58. A little weird, but whatever. But with that, the map art is done. As you can see, there is so much space for me to work with now. There's a fair chance I might never fill this out. I feel like it's someday, when I'm like really old, I'm gonna have to, if it's not done at that point, try to fill the rest of it out. But I mean, still, it's gonna be a lot. And once again, put this in perspective, this map right here is probably like 3 or 4 blocks away from the old edge of the map room. Probably only around 3. And we have like this entire map, if placed from tip to tip, could probably fit an entire other go through and then a little bit more. Well, with that, that's my map art done. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash not the little kid, but my like button. And thanks for watching. Mel Gibson appreciates it.